Welcome to Essential Think. In this video, we will analyze the concept of a platonic relationship. What does it mean? How does it work? Have you experienced it already? For answers to these and more important questions about platonic relationships, stay tuned. Every time we think about the word relationship, our mind is filled with pictures of romantic dinners, dating, kissing, and having a fully committed love partner. However, the reality is that not every relationship we have with another person is a romantic one. In fact, our human existence consists of many different types of relationships, and we can form a loving bond with someone without that bond ever becoming romantic or physical. And this is where the concept of a platonic relationship comes into the picture. The idea originates in the works of the ancient Greek philosopher Plato, and the term platonic is derived from his name. Plato wrote about love in his work called The Symposium, which is a dialogue between people who are essentially debating the true meaning of love. And although Plato originally believed that this type of love could bring people closer to a divine ideal, the term platonic today essentially means the absence of romance. A platonic relationship is one in which people share a close bond but do not have a sexual or romantic relationship. You may have a platonic relationship with a good friend, a colleague from work, or any person you love and value in your life. You might be wondering, well, am I in a platonic relationship with someone right now? In order to provide an answer to this question and define the nature of this phenomenon, let us quickly go through 4 important characteristics of a platonic relationship. Number 1. Natural honesty. In a purely platonic relationship, such as a close friendship, there is no need for lying or deceit. A platonic relationship is formed with honest motives. As time goes by, you and your friend reveal personal details from your lives and form a bond based on trust. Keeping things honest is essential, and it's pretty easy to do in a platonic relationship because there is no pressure or expectations between you. You don't need to pretend to be something you're not. You can ask the other person any question you want without having to worry that they might leave you. Because you're not in a romantic relationship, but in a platonic one. Number 2. Boundaries. Although platonic relationships allow us to have more freedom of expression, that doesn't mean that there are no boundaries. These are usually not openly discussed as they would be in a romantic relationship, but their presence is always felt. Essentially, it all comes down to what limitations you and your platonic counterpart decide on. For example, you both need to understand that keeping a platonic relationship requires you to not overstep the line of intimate physical contact, and if you do cross that line, your relationship will by definition stop being platonic. That's why trust is so significant, and the more you develop the relationship, the more you will learn which boundaries you can and cannot break. These boundaries can also change with time, but as long as you are respectful of them, your platonic bond will flourish. Number 3. No expectations. A platonic relationship goes both ways, but it's very important that you don't demand or expect something more from the other person than you would typically expect from a normal friendship. The level of expectation in a platonic relationship is a lot lower than in a romantic one. When you're romantically interested in someone, you're always hoping that your initial friendly relationship will grow and become something more, like an intimate love connection. However, in a platonic relationship, these emotions never really take off, and you don't get romantically involved, which makes your connection to the other person far more forgiving and a whole lot easier. And number 4. Acceptance and understanding. Platonic relationships are supposed to be very light, easy, and comfortable. Both people involved should feel safe and allowed to be themselves. This freedom of expression permits both individuals to connect in a more genuine way, since there is not much at stake and no one is forced to be something they're not. This acceptance and understanding is a sign of a true platonic relationship, where both you and the other person are allowed to enjoy your friendship and closeness without anyone being judgmental. This type of connection is also the best starting point to really get to know someone. Alright, we've gone over the main characteristics of a platonic relationship, but just in case some of you might be wondering, let me say this. Having a platonic relationship is generally not considered cheating. A situation where you don't have any romantic or intimate intentions towards someone is in itself not threatening to your romantic relationship. So just remember your boundaries and you'll be fine. Now, I assume there must be one question lingering in your mind right now. Can a platonic relationship become romantic? The answer is yes, and they often do. You may be a part of a genuine and honest platonic relationship with absolutely no romantic feelings involved. However, a possibility always exists that a platonic relationship can turn into something more. Our feelings change, and having a deeper connection to someone before becoming intimate is sometimes an amazing precondition. However, taking this next step will only make sense if you're both feeling the same about each other. Otherwise, your platonic relationship can come crashing down. If you feel that you've outgrown your platonic love and that you feel romantically connected to the other person, make sure to follow the emotional clues before voicing your intentions. Are you both flirting with each other? Do you openly discuss intimacy and sex? Are you both crossing boundaries all the time? If the answer to these questions is a resounding yes, then there is nothing holding you back from taking your platonic relationship to another level. However, if you're not sure about what the other person is feeling and you still want to extend a platonic relationship into something more, just be honest and open with the other person and show your interest without being pushy. Still, it's very important to remember that platonic relationships are not the same as unanswered love. Having your love unanswered is a situation where you essentially have a crush on someone and that person doesn't feel the same about you. True platonic relationships do not include this uneven or unequal emotional investment. Essentially, platonic relationships are different from romantic ones, but don't have to be any less emotional, loving, and important. They can be a source of support, respect, and devotion apart from your romantic relationship. What makes platonic relationships so special is the fact that they usually put less pressure on you because you have to worry less about your expectations, responsibilities, or the way you look. These true platonic connections are hard to find. If you happen to be lucky and establish a strong platonic bond to someone, it's important you continue to cultivate and strengthen that connection. Not only can a platonic relationship last longer than a romantic one, but it can also provide you with social contact and support that all of us as social creatures need in order to function. Whatever the outcome of your platonic connection may turn out to be in the future, make sure you're being honest and respectful. Such a relationship will go a long way and bring you both closer to one another. We've come to an end of another video, and I honestly hope you've found some value in it. If that's the case, please consider liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and hitting the notification bell for fresh videos that come out. Thank you so much for watching, take care, and see you next time.